Ultamize. Let's talk about humor because nothing gets smart, well meaning professionals into trouble faster than trying to be funny at the wrong moment, in the wrong way, with the wrong audience. And the biggest misunderstanding about humor in the workplace is this: people think the risk is whether something is intended to be offensive. That's not the standard anymore. The standard is how it's perceived, especially by someone who only sees a short clip of what you said. Very clear example comes from Roseanne Barr in 2018. She posted what she described as a joke comparing a former Obama advisor to an ape. She later said it was intended as humor. Well, it didn't matter. Within hours, the backlash was overwhelming. Her show, one of the most successful on television, was canceled. Her career took a massive hit. Now, you may be thinking, well, that's extreme. I would never say anything racist like that. Well, that's probably true, but here's the danger: most workplace humor that causes problems doesn't start as something extreme, or certainly not this extreme. It starts as something casual, a quick remark, a throwaway joke, something said to get a laugh in a meeting or lighten the mood. And often it's directed at a group, sometimes a stereotype, maybe a gender difference, a cultural reference. 40 years ago, some of that might have been ignored or tolerated or just forgotten. Today, it's not ignored, it's captured, it's shared, and it's judged by people who were not in the room and who are not inclined to give you the benefit of the doubt. Please realize that your intentions don't necessarily matter. The perception does. This is the core rule you need to understand. Humor doesn't survive clipping very well. What felt like a playful moment in a room can look like a targeted insult in a 10-second video. What felt like a shared joke can look like a statement of belief. And once that interpretation takes hold, you don't get to say, you had to be there. Nobody was there. They're watching the clip. So, does this mean you can never use humor? I don't want to go that far. I'm not telling you that. I love humor. I love stand up comedy. That's my favorite form of entertainment. So, no, it's not that you can't ever use humor, but it does mean your standards have to change. Safe humor in today's workplace has three characteristics: it's self directed, not aimed at others. It's often simple and obvious. It's not layered or sarcastic. And it does not depend on shared assumptions about groups, identities, or differences. The moment your humor depends on any of those things, it gets risky quickly. And the risk is not theoretical. People lose jobs over this. People lose opportunities over this. People lose trust over this, not because they intended to harm, but because they created a moment that could be interpreted as harmful. So the discipline is simple. If a joke would require explanation later, it's not a good joke for a professional setting, unless you're a professional stand up comedian. But in today's environment, you don't get the chance to explain.